Alright, so welcome back to the channel, guys. It is me, 80s Words, you guys. So you guys will be predicting you guys Italy versus Belgium, third place match in the UEFA Nations League 2020-2021 edition. This should be a really good encounter, guys. Should be a really good encounter. For me, the thing about this fixture, guys, is that Belgium's looking for revenge, especially losing out to France in that heartbreaking manner, as well as the fact they want to get revenge for the Euro 2020 quarterfinal defeat. I know this is a third place game and all. And so it's going to be interesting to see how Italy approaches this game because remember, guys, Leonardo Bonucci is suspended for this game. He will not take part in this game. He is suspended. He is out. So it's going to be really interesting to see how Italy do in this game because I saw the Italy game against Spain, and Italy didn't play that bad in the second half. It was just the first half was lost. That first half, they were all over the place defensively. Spain obliterated them. And the thing about Italy is that when he came to the final third, they were very, very wasteful. I remember that Insigne had a golden opportunity to score and he somehow missed. And so, yeah, man, it's going to be really interesting to see how Italy do against Belgium because Italy, remember, are still the European champions. Still won the Euros. So, of course, they are still great. And I just think that for me, Spain is a really bad matchup for Italy. I think Spain's a very bad matchup. And that I still think Italy to this day is still a good nation. It's just Spain for me is just a really bad matchup for Spain. Italy, sorry. As for Belgium, I think for Belgium, the thing about Belgium is that I just feel as though that their attack is what really looks good. As the defense for me is what is worrisome for me. And I just feel like Belgium for me they lack the mentality. They lack the mentality and the ruthlessness. And for me, Belgium is super underwhelming against the big nations. They've always been. I can't remember the last time they even won against a big nation. Maybe against Portugal you would even consider. Even that one was a bit of a... They were a bit fortunate to have won the game. Let's be real. I think Portugal did play better than Belgium for most of that game. So it's going to be really interesting to see how Roberto Martinez versus Roberto Mancini fares about. And of course, Belgium will be looking for revenge for that. So for my prediction for this game, guys, it's a tough game to predict. Because I don't really know how Italy's going to approach this game because obviously center back partnership will see Bastoni and we'll probably see Chiellini. Bastoni, to be fair, has been pretty good for Inter. So my prediction for this game is Italy wins this game. I just feel as though Belgium, for me, man, I just don't trust Belgium. I really don't. I've kind of given up on Belgium, and to be honest with you guys, I think that Italy will get the third place one, as well as the fact that Italy is also hosting the game as well, which is also another advantage that will still take place at the Juventus Stadium, guys. So, yeah, guys, just wanted to do that prediction real quick. So let me know your third place predictions down below in the comment section below. And yeah, guys. So let's move on to the next game. The final, of course. The moment you guys have been waiting for. The final. Spain versus France. It's going to take place at the San Siro. And what a final this is going to be. This will be a very mouth-watering final indeed. And the thing about this final that is crazy is that France, for me, is still France. And that, how to put some words? France, the only nation that can beat France is France themselves. And I know that might seem like kind of really weird to say, but I really do believe that when France are playing at their very, very best, many nations cannot compete against France. But the problem with this France national team has been they've been super inconsistent. This year in particular, they have been very, very underwhelming. They have been very poor for most of this year, And I think for me, hear me out, guys. I think if France do win this UEFA Nations League, I think that's going to be a huge, huge problems. Because the board will be like, we can't really sack Deschamps, right? Because that's going to be really strange. To sack a manager that just won a trophy, I mean, that's going to be very, very crazy. And I just don't believe France would do that. And even if he doesn't win this trophy, it's still going to be more. There's going to still be issues. Because let's be real, guys. Let's be real. I think it's fair to say that France needed a new manager. They needed a new manager because under Deschamps, they're not. I don't think they're going to go anywhere further. And I think because of the fact the proximity of the World Cup is so nearby, it's a very big decision to make and just sacking Deschamps now, and just bringing in Zidane, And I just think that for me, it's going to be really interesting to see how France approach this game, especially with the fact that they played in a different formation. They are playing with the 3-5-2, which I thought was really interesting. It worked really with 3-1-4-2. It worked really well against Belgium. And we saw they were able to win 3-2, making that come from behind victory with Carrasco, Lukaku scoring the goals. And you could see how their new formation's like. It's actually it looks very good indeed. You have Koundé, Varane, Hernandez, Theo Hernandez, Rabiot, Pogba, Pavard, Griezmann, Mbappe, Benzema. That's a very good starting 11. That's a very quality starting 11. It's a very good starting 11, guys. And I think the thing about France is this. They have to ensure they don't get complacent. Because I think another weakness of France is that they believe they get too arrogant. And that's going to be very problematic because that France cannot have a slow start in this game. Because unlike Spain, unlike Belgium, I feel like Spain are going to take the tempo to them. We know that Spain will probably have most of the possession in this game. We just know that. That's a given. And that Spain, for me, in this game, it's going to be interesting how things pan out. And, Ferran Torres, he had a magnificent game against Italy, scoring a brace. Oyarzabal played really well as well. Guys, it's a tough game to predict. My concern with Spain is this. Will they actually... How will they perform in this game? Because I still believe that Spain, they're also a bit inconsistent as well. When it comes to the goal scoring, they oftentimes do tend to disappoint. They oftentimes labor to grind out their wins. They never really have like easy wins by any means, and they have to grind it out, which is also another problem. Is that Spain, my biggest issue with Spain is their goal scoring. I just don't know how many goals Spain could score. And I think this is going to be a really tough game to predict because, as I said before, guys, Spain's defense is going to be really interesting to see. I want to see how Pau Torres and Emerick Laporte does, and I want to see how Gavi could do against that midfield of like Pogba, Rabiot, Griezmann, Mbappe, Benzema. Because if he could do that against Verratti, Jorginho, and Barella, man, that's going to be insane. It's going to be insane, guys. And I really want to see how Spain's attack does against that France defense. So, my prediction for this game, guys, is that I think France wins. As much as I would like for Spain to win this game, and trust me, I would want Spain to win this game, I think France for me. They have too much quality in their team. And that when they're really feeling like they want to play, I think they'll get out the win. But let me just say this right now. If we see France in second gear for this match, then I think Spain win the game. But if we see France in first gear, I think France win the game. But whatever the case is going to be, guys, it should be really fascinating because as I said before, guys, France, man, I'm still not sure about how they'll do because as I said before, guys, this is only in the Nations League. And I think that if they could win this, it would be really interesting to see how they do because as I said before, guys, this is going to definitely be paper into the cracks. And this could perhaps be a bad omen to what's going to happen in the World Cup 2022. But if they don't win, then it makes things maybe better for them. So I don't know, guys. I want you guys to comment down below your predictions as well as your goal scores, which I need to do that real quick. Let me just do that real quick. So for the third place game, guys, Belgium versus Italy. I'm gonna say Italy wins 2-1. 2-1, guys. I think goals are gonna come from Chiesa and Insigne, and then for Belgium, I'm gonna have to say Lukaku. And then for this game, guys, I think France. You know what? Actually, I think France will actually grind out a 2-0 win. I think France will keep a clean sheet in this game. I think the goal scorer is going to be, and yeah, France's defense has also not been that great. But I think with the back three, they look much more defensively assured than they did with the back two. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to say France will keep it close. Actually, you know what? I'm going to say France wins 3-1. 3-1. I think France wins 3-1. I think we're going to see Benzema score a brace, and I think Griezmann gets a goal. And I think for Spain, it's going to be Oyarzabal. Oyarzabal, I think, will score a goal for Spain. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens, guys. I also want you guys to comment down below your combined 11s. I didn't have enough time to do combined 11s for this week because, as I said, weekend I've been super busy, but you guys can do that in the comment section below. And I'll look at these and maybe we can decide in the future. So I want you guys to comment down below all that. So make sure you check out me and my other platforms in the description below, guys. And make sure you guys comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.